Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. And in homeowners insurance, home insurance companies are spying on us with drones and other technologies. And I don't think this is good overarchingly. Now let's talk about this because this is coming from Interesting Engineering in an article by Christopher McFadden. And I think this is an important one, especially if you're a homeowner or soon to be here in the United States, because some U.S. home insurance companies, like as I mentioned, are using drone surveillance to decide whether to insure your house. That's according to a new report. Now, in some cases, this has led to insurers refusing to insure homes due to perceived issues with the conditions of their roofs. Obviously, if you've got a drone flying over the roof of your house, it's going to see what your roof looks like. Now, this new tactic is seen as a way essentially to drop high-risk policies, and it's riling up both customers and some company employees. According to reports, many buildings in the United States have been photographed and cataloged for this type of reference. Around 99% of the U.S. population's abodes have been cataloged as part of an industry-funded entity known as the Geospatial Insurance Consortium. Now, what's more, computer models are being used to sort through these photos to identify any issues affecting insurance policies, according to the Wall Street Journal. However, these issues could include things like damaged roof shingles, yard debris, overhanging tree branches, obviously that may pose a risk after a storm, swimming pools, drowning risks possibly, or water seepage, I don't know, trampolines, all that kind of stuff that may not have been declared. In other words, you put a trampoline in your backyard and you didn't tell anybody, and you're technically supposed to, I guess. The drone or whatever sees it and says, oh, he's got a trampoline, therefore it's a risk because, your kid falls off it and impales himself on something or breaks his neck. Those are the kinds of things they're looking for. Any photos with these red flags then get issued non-renewal notices to policyholders across the entire United States. Insurance companies are allegedly commissioning private companies to provide these images for them. It's been reported that this is usually done without the building owner's knowledge or obviously prior consent. So various aerial imaging tools are in use. We're talking drones, manned aircraft, high altitude balloons. Satellite imagery is also becoming increasingly popular as satellites obviously improve their resolution. And so the director of insurance at the Consumer Federation of America, Douglas Heller, said, quote, "The technology is way ahead of any consumer protections," end quote. And yes, that is exactly what happens all the time. Our technology vastly improves, and essentially what happens is our laws catch up years later, if ever. And we've seen that multiple times. My real concern here is just what I talked about. Around 99% of U.S. homes have been cataloged as part of this Geospatial Insurance Consortium. This sounds like anti-competitive behavior, similar to what I just reported on a week or two ago on car insurance and LexisNexis, when the OnStars of the world owned by GM, even if you're not signing up, are getting all of your data about you fast braking, accelerating without context, sending it to LexisNexis and then sending it to the insurance company, and every insurance company is seeing this report. They can get together and simply deny you coverage, or let's say charge you a higher rate because they see you as high risk. You have no way to competitively shop. And if all of these homeowner insurance companies are saying, oh, I as a homeowner want to go from, let's say, insurance 1 to insurance 2 and shop it around, but if they're all using this Geospatial Insurance Consortium to see all of this information, then they're going to see everything that everybody else sees, and now I'm stuck. And so this is a huge problem that we've got, and privacy is a huge issue. Now, interestingly enough, something that has been a debate and is a rather new and modern issue is rights over your house, rights over air. Interestingly enough, one of the people that pioneered buying rights above a building, interestingly enough, was basically former President Trump. And this is obviously decades before he essentially became president or had any political machinations. But he was the first in the country to basically figure out that aerial rights above a high-rise in New York City could be owned. And by virtue of that, there comes special privileges. And so when we are purchasing houses, oftentimes we are purchasing the land that the house is on, the house itself, but we are not purchasing mineral rights underneath, meaning if you dig deep enough, you might find oil or something, right? Or if you go high enough in the air, you might basically not have access to that as well. So maybe we need to, as homeowners, take a look at buying the aerial rights above our homes so it is illegal for, let's say, a drone to fly a certain amount, a certain amount above our house. That said, as camera resolution gets better, You're going to keep buying more air until you're hitting jet territory, not to mention satellites. So it's a huge problem that we're going to have to face. But I think it really starts at regulating this industry to a point where they, quite frankly, they can't do it and they can't share this data or information. So I leave it at that. That's where we are. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. And we're going to see what happens. And so let me know if you're a homeowner and what you think. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter, or if you're going to be a homeowner soon. And now, please like, share, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, Nick AESP. Same with YouTube as well. Please subscribe. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private, even from the drones. Thanks, everybody.